What's going on, guys? Welcome to a Shoky Quickie, where we're going to be taking a look at something new from the Disney Gargoyles line from Neca. And it is going to be their version of Demona. And sorry, this thing is dragging on my light right here, making noise. I've had to reorganize things since doing the train bots, and now things are touching they weren't supposed to. Either way, so we got Demona, and I did pick her up at a local Target. She was originally available as pre-order during the Target Haulathon, and then released in the UK first, because apparently previously Neca screwed up a release and didn't give it to the UK, so they prioritized the UK when it came to her, and I believe Bronx, which is the next figure that's coming. And only now is she finally showing up on shelves, and originally only a couple per store if they got it at all, and now she's just sitting there on with multiple boxes of her, just like Goliath and everybody else. So if you missed her at one point, don't fret, she's going to be there. Or purchase online either through Target or through BBTS, which I had her on pre-order up until I found her personally. So really nice box art here. I've got like the animated New York City. We do have a great image of her there, hair flowing in the wind with her eyes glowing red. It was always interesting because her eyes glowed red, everybody else glows white. And then you got Gargoyles right there, looks great. Open it up and you have the nice image inside there, and an image here actually on a rooftop of something like a church. Okay, so you come there, nice image of the figure. Come to the back, image of the figure. You got all the kind of stuff back there, and the read up there, there's actually the same per all the figures. Did the thing pop off? Oh, it did. I'll be damned. The oh, that's funny, the Velcro thing popped off and switched sides of the box. That's funny. It's okay, I don't keep the boxes anyways. And then down here, of course, we get everybody in the line who hasn't quite come out yet. Hudson is meant to come out after Bronx, and then I believe Brooklyn. Is it Brooklyn? Yeah, it's Brooklyn, Lexington, and Broadway. Okay, took me a minute. So most of them are up for pre-order. We have not seen a finished version of Lexington yet. We've seen a mostly finished version of him. Hudson definitely nearly finished. So if you feel like pre-ordering them all, by all means, do so. That's it for the box. Once again, this is annoying me that this is just doing whatever. Okay, so we do have a lot of accessories for her, so we're going to look at these first. Right off the bat, we have a bit of a missile launcher. Yet apparently it's also made of wood. Seriously, why did they paint this way? Usually Neca is very purposeful with their painting, and the cannon here has very interesting brush strokes going on. Though, very cool. We got the pad inside here, we got light dry brushing. You got handle, silver paint, scope, rails, dry brushing. Honestly, kind of looks like I did it. And whether that's a compliment or not, I'm not sure. And you got a big old hole there. And I think if you have Thalog, I think maybe the missile thingy that he fires could fit in here. I'm not entirely certain. I'm not getting Thalog. I'm not interested. To get just a repaint of Goliath. You do have another gun, which was a bit more interesting. Same kind of brownish thing here, kind of the bluish, greenish, silverish, grayish. I mean, is there a better term for that? But then it has this all over dry brush effect, which I don't like. The Transformers did this stuff too. Silver paint here. This is kind of slapdash for Neca. Like, really it is. You know, this silver paint kind of sucks in here. The brown paint kind of sucks right there. This one looks like it's a pain to hold because she'd have to grip it like through here. But I think this is one of the ones where she like underslings, and the other one's a shoulder mount. And it's just very interesting. So it's a cool looking weapon, but not super practical and not painted very well, to be honest. Okay. And then the last of the proper accessories that aren't a part of her. I believe this is called the Grimorum. If I remember correctly, this is that magical book that did all the spells and stuff. And this is done really, really well. It does look like old school like leather. You got like the copper paint here on the things. Bindings are all done really cool. Silver and gold, oddly enough, symbol of Asclepius on there. And you do have a latch for this, and you can in fact open it because it's actually on some hinge joints, and it does have some scribbles inside, which is cool. Looks like weathered paper. Love that. And then also, you can open it to basically just its first page, but not very far open. And you've got like the inner lining here. It actually feels a little different. And then all that there. This is a super cool thing. Goliath came with his open book. This is neat because it does open. You even have the kind of bindings written there, or not written, but molded. Sorry. Like a rope. That's pretty cool. This, it would be nice if this could come out a little bit further or rotate out of the way, but overall, that's pretty damn cool. All right, so let's look at Demona herself. Okay, guys, so here is Demona, as she is basically right out of the box, with the exception of the tail being put on. And just like Goliath, there is just a peg that you plug in. Hold on, I gotta darken this just a hair. There we go. There's just the peg with the hinge that plugs into her booty. And it does feel slightly strange having to plug that in, not gonna lie. But otherwise, yeah, she's pretty good. I will say I had a major issue with her out of the box, and it was with this foot. Okay, so the ankle / toe hinge here, it goes through, it has a peg that comes into it, and then it has the hinge point there, and then it has 2 pins that come in through the foot itself and through that peg, and then into holes out here. So this is hinging on a center peg going through there, and it was splayed out and not technically on the hinge, and I had to do a lot of work just to get it to where it's basically looking a lot like that side. I probably won't jack with it too much during the review, if I'm honest. I'll show the articulation with this foot. But otherwise, yeah, pretty cool. No real issues other than that. I like the fact that you have an actual gold ring there on the leg. That's pretty neat. It's not just molded in. And I believe up here on her shoulder, this is a molded piece. Yeah, this is metal as well. And it's clipped into the arm, which is a little strange. It's not perfect fit, but it's pretty cool. And, you know, she's actually pretty tall. Like, I mean, here's Wally. She's still a gargoyle, so she's sizable. And that's with one knee bent and her propped up on her tail. So let's come up to this head sculpt and check it out. All right, so, yeah. That is a heck of a face sculpt. And paint job. Look at this, even metal earrings. Those are real metal earrings too. Now she does, I never realized she does have very much like anime hair, which is pretty cool. Shaded from underneath. Really well done. The neck is shaded. There's a little bit of paint there. Oh well. Lipstick looking good. The only problem is, of course, much like Goliath, is the way her head functions. It's just a double ball peg with no hinge, so you gotta kind of do the thing. And her hair is long. Looks a little cruddy somewhere in here. Honestly, looks a bit like clay. Looks less like hair. So that kind of sucks in that regard. This piece being soft rubber to or soft plastic to bend around everything, especially once the wings get put on here. Obviously, I don't have the wings put on, but if you wanted to see, look, she even has little teethy ratcheted holes in her back, and those appear to be harder plastic. So unlike Goliath, where you're plugging into soft plastic, it looks like they changed that with her and inserted some hard plastic things with ratcheted teeth. Speaking of which, you do have her kind of bikini top there, and yeah, they molded in some underboob. That's what you do. And she does have torso articulation. Feels like another double ball joint, maybe one single big ball joint, if we're honest. Nice kind of ab area. She's not super muscular, but fit. That's good. Belly button in there. Pretty cool. Which also leads me to believe that gargoyles, despite their partial reptilian nature, must have an umbilical cord to some degree. So they're actually probably closer to mammals, even though they have reptilian wings. At least what seems like reptilian wings. So, hinged shoulder, no butterfly joint, and that's fine. Let's see if I can get her biceps level to work. Double jointed elbow, which is good to almost get her to feed herself, which is cool. The only thing that's a little weird is that the elbow spike is in the middle of a joint instead of hanging off the forearm. So that's just a little strange. Okay, so right here you can see kind of what happened with that toe situation. So Yeah, just the way it's pinned. They need to figure out how to do pinless joints with these. I'm gonna be honest with you. All right, so loincloth, good. Belt, really well done there. Let's check out the legs. I'm not being creepy. I'm seeing how the legs are done. Okay, so T-mounted ball joints and the hip swivels are mounted up there. She definitely has not skipped leg day, because good lord, there's a reason why Goliath was all about this chick for a few hundred years. Okay, so 1,000 years. Okay. Knee spikes are the center of the leg, and then you do have the double jointed knee, which, by the way, this is a Neca figure, so please exercise caution when utilizing joints for the first time. So that's good, except the knee spike is a little weird. By the way, that is really sharp, so be careful. Don't let your kids get around that, where they'll do the thing. By the way, fully painted, but as I can tell, feels some raw plastic, but mostly definitely fully painted. All right, ratcheted ankle joint here. Come down, and then you have the claws on the heels and the toes. And once again, like I said, you can utilize these, because of course gargoyles actually tend to walk around like this, but with the figures it's significantly easier to have them just stand flat if you don't have them on like a flight stand. And she does have the holes there, so if you do have some Neca stands, you could potentially make use of that. So let's see here if I can get her to do something proper. So one good thing is that you can, of course, oh, there's a rotation joint here, by the way. But utilizing that thigh, it's a little weird. So look, the foot is not in line with the knee. Like if you follow the knee down here, the foot is actually twisted. That's weird. I just noticed that. Yeah. So just got to be careful however you're finagling that, you know, because you can get some nice wide stances here, and then always use the tail to help balance. Get that foot under. Put this leg out and this foot out, because it's the one I can't use. So this not having a rotation joint down here really does hinder what you can do to pose, because that foot can't do much at that angle. So you can, it's almost like they should not have done the ankle joint if they were going to do the toe joint. It's like doing both really kind of hinders things, and so what I was trying to do I can no longer do. So go really wide here, and I hope her tail does enough. And the tail is posable, it's got a wire embedded in it, not to mention the actual ball joint and stuff that's inside. See, like not having a way to do an actual rotation joint below the knee really does hinder what that foot does, because you can't even rotate it this way. You gotta really jack with it, and even that is super unstable, so you're not going to get that good of a pose out of her. Like, even that is awkward as hell. So let's get her tail down. The tail is ultimately the thing that's going to help you do anything with these figures. That's your extra stand. Okay. So, and like I said, you can't do anything with his foot now. It's just sort of there. Okay, so either way. Alright, so let's look at her wings, since they're next. And of course, they give you the big, ridiculous wings. Looks very similar to Goliath's wings. Maybe a little bit smaller, though. But, of course, you got the body color along here. The nice kind of reflectiveness going on there. Lots of airbrushing and a big wash. Inside is purple. Looks cool. You do have the little hand on there. I don't know that it rotates. Even though it's glued in there, it would have been cool to actually have the ability to move that. There's your peg joint. And, of course, this is her right wing. So that's we're going to go there. And just sort of plug it in, then utilize the ridiculous ratchet. It is the scariest thing with these things because it does feel like the wings are hard plastic, so it does feel very, very strange to move them about. Okay, let's get the left wing plugged in and out like that. Oh, except now we have to get her hair back behind her wings, which, there we go. Okay, so once again, now we have to rebalance her with all this extra weight. Yeah, I think I need to get some flight stands for these. Okay, so next up, we have her angry, lit up eye gargoyle face, mouth open, teeth painted, kind of weird shadow in there, tongue painted. Notice the inner part of the ear looks like it's airbrushed. Metal earrings, eyes are glowing, her weird crown thingy that she has that nobody else does. And as far as I know, you can just plug it and unplug. Oh, look, the mouth plugs in from behind. Okay, so her face was kind of coming off there for a bit whenever I was finagling with it. I like that the ears are already part of it, so you don't have to worry about that. Oh, yeah, that's not weird at all. Okay. And there we go. Now we get the real look. Insane bitch look. There we go. Yeah. She's just going crazy. I mean, live for that long, unable to sleep, basically. You would go crazy. So that's pretty awesome. That is actually pretty awesome. Just the feet that are letting me down. And the fact that you don't have a pivoting part. Like, it's kind of stupid. It's really kind of stupid. Okay, so let's see. I know I've been jacking with the legs a lot. Let me see if I can even get her to stand properly or not. Because I don't know that I can. At least like the on the toes perch. And see, look what I said. Look, like you straighten out the foot, but you got no pivot. Like you need to be able to pivot this. So it does screw things up. So almost, but like there's so much weight going on that you can't really do anything with this. She just wants to slide because the feet, there's not enough contact patch. So the feet just want to slide. And if I guess, like I said, if you have a Neca stance, whether that's the ones that plug just into the feet or you have the actual grippy claw arm stands, you know, it's going to work out better for you in the long run if you don't just have her standing flat like this, you know. Gotta get this ankle in the right position. So this is the problem with using so much soft plastic in things, is that you lose a lot, or you gain too much flexibility in things. Look, she's just doing the splits now, just from sheer weight, because she's got nothing to support those feet. Okay, so let's look at her hands that she comes with. We got a punchy fist, just fine. We got, I think this one is for the gun. I don't know, I'm not sure. Oh, we do have another fist. There we go. This one could be for the book. Let me see. Because she can hold the book too. Maybe. It might be for the book. But actually, it might just be those hands are for the book. This looks like it's for this gun, perhaps? See, now I question which way. This gun has to face this way. She's only got one other holding hand, so it has to be this. Oh, that doesn't make sense. Is it like this? How do you hold this gun? It feels like you would hold it here, right? Okay, so hold on. Let's test this out. Is this one for this gun? Oh, yeah, this makes way more sense. But this is an over-the-shoulder gun. So I don't know. No, this is a right-handed gun, too. So she has the trigger hand, which, well, 100% works for this one. So that's the thing. Let me look at the book. Let me look at the thing. It's having her. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Huh. Okay. So this one is kind of being cradled in what I think is. It looks like the trigger hand, but very different. No, that can't be the trigger hand. What hand is that? That is weird. Because, oh, she's just sticking her thumb through it. Almost like this. Because this one she holds under her arm like that. So I think it is meant to be with this hand. Just real quick, gonna try it out. So it looks like she's just doing this. Okay. Yeah, that actually makes sense. It doesn't hold it worth a damn, but it makes sense. If this is the trigger, which I'm not sure that it is, that makes sense. Just basically just jam the thumb through there and then you wedge it under the arm. Yeah, that one's difficult. So let's see if we can get the rocket launcher into her hand. That didn't feel very nice, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so plug that in. Flip this around. Flip this into here. And try to get the damn fingers in place. Come on. Okay. So it's a bazooka, so it's got to go up and over the shoulder. But because of the wrist joint not technically able to do that, I'm not sure how we're supposed to do this. Okay. And then it just showed her using the other hand to cradle the thing. By the way, paint's totally chipping as I'm doing this. Over the shoulder, kind of pulled back, even to where she could get her eye on the thing. Wow, okay. So, let's pull the shoulder back, utilize the elbow joints to get it up and back. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, and then there. How the heck are you supposed to get, like, oh, there's a big old paint rub there. See, the biggest thing is that the wrist joint, they did it at the wrong angle. So if they had done the wrist joint right, like a forward and back wrist joint, that would work. But they did not. Okay, and then basically cradling it like such. So that works. I mean, it's stupid, but it works. So you can, in fact, get her to hold her big, ridiculous bazooka this way. And yes, I'm getting Facebook notifications right now, which is not fun when I'm in the middle of a review. So, yeah, once again, it will be good here. Hold on. Come on, stand. There we go. Got her to balance for like 2 seconds. Okay, so there she is with Goliath. I can back out just a little bit. I mean, literally just a little bit. Now, I do have him in this really crazy ready to fight pose. And due to the thickness of his legs, the chonkiness of his feet, he really does balance very well. I feel like she's going to have issues. But I also feel like I'm more than likely not going to use her with her weapons. But I'm not sure. Like, I do wish I could get kind of a lean back here. Also the wings are a huge problem, literally a huge problem. And you can't get the folded wings until you get Bronx, and that's only for Goliath so far. So What they're going to do for everybody else in the future, I don't know. They've not said. It's almost like Neca should just sell you the wings, like just sell a wing pack, as it were. But like also statue versions. That's what we need more than anything. We need the actual stone statues. So either way, she is good. Mine has issues. Neca figures generally will. I will say, like, the clothing on her actually looks better than his, but the fact that she's not super lean and muscular in the way he is makes her slightly more cartoon accurate, whereas he is not, due to the fact he looks more realistic. His angry face looks better than hers, but it is still cool. She does come with weapons, so there is that. The book, personally, oops, come back here. The book, personally, is my favorite accessory that she comes with, and seemingly, at least from the instructions, you can use a couple of her open hands to hold the book and then, like, be reading it. You can also give it to Goliath at some point later, too. Speaking of which, I need to figure out where his book went, if I didn't put it away already. And, yeah. I mean, like, obviously, he's going to be significantly bigger. He's a huge figure in comparison, huge person in comparison, so there's that. But she's good. Go get her. Can't wait for the rest of the group. Also, avoid these feet if you can. I think I'm going to get a flight stand for her and then use him in, like, battle mode, basically. And actually, you know what? I'm not sure. I wish they would give us more facial expressions, because you get still face, which looks fantastic, even with the lined eyes, and then you get angry face. There's no slightly expressive face in between somewhere. So yeah. Either way, that's it for this review, guys. Sorry it took so long. I have had her for a while, but you know, things took precedent over her. So, but that's going to be it for this one, guys. And come back for more Neca reviews sometime soon. I have Ninja Turtle figures I got to look at. So, I'll see you next time. Remember, as always, keep on nerding.